Hey there, it's Angeline here, and today we are going to be visiting you from the land of voiceover. I was doing this video, and you may have seen that the sound wasn't working. This is when my phone was just on its way out. So, we are going to be talking about kale today. It's still going to be Angeline and the team, and we're going to be talking about kale, and we are going to be thinning our seedlings. So, we have already gotten started, but today's a good day to garden. Let's get started. So today we're going to be talking about kale. Kale is a cool weather crop. It is good between 55 and 77 degrees. I have a kale that came out of my garden a lot older for two years ago, and it has been growing. And I just left it in a corner in the yard, and it is thriving. It just stays outside year round. It didn't bolt. I'm shocked. So, with that being said, I'm going to be here thinning this kale out. And as I thin this kale out, we are going to be um, getting it into containers to take it outside. So, this kale is very young, it's a little smaller. So, we want it to be a little bit bigger before we directly put it in the ground. Of course, when you're doing the kale, separating them, you have to be a little gentle. But as long as you have some roots at the bottom, you're fine. So this one, it snapped. Once it snaps, there's nothing you can do about it. But as long as the roots, there's one or two roots attached, it'll regrow new roots and be fine outside. So we're separating this tangled up mess of kale. They're a little grown, a little mature, but they're very tangled. So we are separating them up here and getting them. Boy, this is a lot. We have our team member here getting a little snack and getting them into the container. So kale, I eat it just not as fast as it grows. It is a cut and come again plant. So as you eat it, you can just leave it there and let it continue to grow. And when you want some kale, just cut off a few leaves or a lot of leaves, make some chips, do different things with it. Put in salad, uses garnishment. It grows about to 2 feet tall. So that's cool. It's not going to be like a super giant. And it does okay if it's not too sunny. So that's why it does good in the winter as well. So we are here taking our kale. Our kale was in our Gardyn, getting some seedlings, planting from seed. And we're going to be taking them outside to see how they do outside. Well, not to see, we're just going to take them outside and let them have a good time outside and grow in ground. So as you can see, that one garden cube came with about six or seven kale plants. So, they all six and seven of them can't grow in the garden together. So definitely you have to thin the plants off before you put them to grow to their full size. And you keep the best. But I like to keep all of them and grow them to be the best. Well, I keep a lot of them. The plant has to really be doing bad for me to get rid of it. So we are here adding our soil. We're using our grow bags. The grow bags are really good for seedlings. It helps them get air and oxygenated from all sides. And we're using our trays. So as you may have noticed, this is my microgreens tray. When I'm not growing microgreens in them, I use them to hold my grow bags. The reason why I put them to hold the grow bags is it's easy to bottom water. And when you're doing regular watering also, you want it to catch any overflow. So it's good to help the plants do well with drainage. So that's why I always put my little grow bags in a tray, and it's easy to carry them around too. You don't want to have to pick up each seedling by itself. You could pick up 6 and 7 seedlings at once. You okay, team member?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we have our team member with us helping. She's helping in voiceover land and she's helping on the screen too. We got our hands going there as well. So we got our 2 kale plants going in. Um, and we are getting them together really quickly. We're just gonna skip ahead. I also include some of the rock wool in the bags. And the reason why I include the rock wool into the bags is because it has been soaking with the plant the entire time and it has some of the nutrients that the plant has been taking in while in the garden. So I'm not going to throw away that nutrients. It's a very familiar uh, I'm gonna say bio growing area for the plant. So I include that into our bag, a grow bag, so the plant has some familiar nutrients. It has some familiar places where the roots were, so it makes roots a lot easier to go in and take in from the plant and get nutrients. Kale is, since it's a leafy green, of course, it likes lots of nitrogen. But since I'm planting both fruiting and regular plants all together, it's not getting a special mix. Also, the plants outside didn't get a special mix either. I didn't feed it for the 2 years, and it was just doing well from the soil. So our kale, say what you will, these kales are very good plants, and they last the long run. All right, so we're finished. And then again, 2026 is the year of labeling. Usually, last year I didn't label anything. This year we're labeling. We're planting a lot more, so we're making sure we're labeling everything up. Well, thank you very much for joining. It's been Angeline and the team. Please remember to join the cultivators at patreon.com/Angeline Verdant, Verdent, and visit us at abgardening.com. And remember to stay green always.